My first trip to New York City was in 1985. And I was there to shoot for Simmons Drums. I ended up shooting three drummers, Omar Hakim, Peter Erskine, and I can't think of the other one, Sandy Gennaro, I think. But basically, I love New York. Don't get me wrong, I love New York. I have so many great memories from New York City. It's crazy. The work, the fun, the people, the friends, the moments. New York City was the best of the best. When I think of New York City, I think about food and restaurants and food. And did I say restaurants? I also think about ICP, the International Center for Photography. I used to go there all the time. The museums, the galleries, amazing. I used to love walking around with my portfolios in my backpack or cases and just walking around the city from meeting to meeting to meeting. It's crazy. But my favorite part of New York City is the Upper East Side because it's nice and quiet and a bunch of old people. But I also loved Soho. Ugh, my first agency was Visage was in Soho on Broadway. But New York City was great for me for so many years. I used to go spend 2 to 3 months at a time in New York City and just work and hustle and work and do this and do that and spend my summers there and go to the Hamptons and just live the fun life of New York City during the 80s and 90s. I want to talk about one particular fun story, which was my first trip to New York City. My best friend at the time and took me to the Met I think it's on Central Park East for the first time. I'd never been to a museum before in my life, and he took me to see this museum. And I remember just how it overwhelmed me and just taught me what art was. And I know it changed my life. And I remember just being in awe of this museum. One thing I always loved about New York was the honesty of most of the people there. If they didn't like you, they told you they didn't like you. If they didn't like your work, they told you they didn't like your work. No bullshit like LA. People in LA, you'd get that, oh, we love you, we want to hire you, and then you'd never hear from it again. In New York City, they'd say, you suck, go away, and they meant it.